What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. We've got more adventures with Stinks and Dagoth, so it should be a fun one. A viewer put me on. There's a mod that I thought I misunderstood. I thought it turned all Khajiits into cats, but it only turned some of them. So,
every day more join his cause.
and we're about to join the Empire.
It's not a cause. It's a rebellion.
Call it whatever you like, General. The man's going to try to take Whiterun.
QB pace.
Jarl Balgruuf.
Better some than none, I guess. Yeah. It'll still be pretty funny.
On the other hand,
Pack Bob. Hello. How you guys doing?
Well,
Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you guys showing up. It means a lot. Hope you guys are having a good night.
General.
You people and your damn Jarls.
Sir, you can't force a Nord to accept help he hasn't asked for.
What's everyone up to right now?
For Whiterun, then we need to be there to stop him. Draft another letter with the usual platitudes, but this time share some of your intelligence regarding Ulfric's plans. Embellish if you have to. We'll let it seem like it's his idea.
Yes, sir.
You Nords
Playing some WoW, playing some Fantasy Life. Both good games.
Sir.
Are you playing retail or vanilla? I haven't played retail in a really long time, so I've got no idea what it looks like currently.
You survived Helgen? General Tullius told me what happened. Not many made it out alive. I've got a good feeling about you, and I don't often get good feelings about anything. A warrior knows to trust her gut. I'm not going to go through the normal
Kata?
process.
Oh yeah, that just came out, right?
I've got a little test lined up. Pass that, and we'll talk about you joining the Legion.
Thank you, Legate.
Is that confidence or bravado? Confidence I can use. Bravado gets soldiers killed. We'll soon find out. I'm sending you to clear out Fort Hrogstad. If you survive, you'll pass. If you die, then I'll have no further use for your corpse.
It's actually about to end. Mist of Pandaria comes out next month. Oh, gotcha, that's right. Yeah. My peak form for PvP was Mop, so I'm stoked to play Monk again. Nice. Well, hopefully you get to rekindle some of those old skills.
The ancients built many of the fortresses that dot the landscape of Skyrim. Sadly, most have fallen into disrepair, and nearly all have been overrun with bandits or other vagabonds. Fort Hrogstad is one of the few that remains mostly intact. We're going to install a garrison there, but first, you're going to clean out the bandits that have moved in. Good, that's what I want to hear. Now go make it happen, soldier.
Mop is the prettiest expansion IMO. I love the theme. Yeah. I think there's a lot of people that would agree with that statement.
Sir.
They just really killed like the visual identity of that expansion. I would say more so than any expansion they've released. I loved it so much. The dinosaurs were sick too. Yeah, no, they were in the Thundering Isle. I love. Yeah, that was a cool expansion. All right, chat. Let's see what Dagoth's got on his mind. We haven't talked to him in a while.
Quickfire smash or pass. Lydia smash. Falmer pass. Wisp Mother smash. Spriggan smash. Your mom pass. The Augur of Dunlane smash. Frost Troll smash. Listen, Nerevar. Frost Trolls got a certain mystique to them, all right. We listen and we do not judge.
So, as you guys know, I'm in the Dagoth server for this mod, right? And the creator of the mod recently hosted a competition, and the competition was for Dagoth's quest, where you gotta collect foreskins, and he had the community design just that.
The guards have been saying things about you. That you're the one that, well...
you know, the 3D models and all that. Alright, so last time we played, chat, we did the Thieves Guild, we did the Dark Brotherhood, and now that we're like super well equipped, we're going to join the Imperial Legion. No fucking way, yeah. After the stream, if you want, I could send you a link to the server so you can check it out. There was actually only one artist that submitted anything, but they did a good job. So yeah, I'll let you check out the Skyrim foreskin later, since you seem so eager to do so. But yeah, we did the Thieves Guild and the Dark Brotherhood. So we're going to move on to the Imperial Legion, and then we'll do the main quest line. Oh, look, here's that mod. Oh wait, no, that's a fox, never mind. I thought it was a cat. I just downloaded a mod that turns some of the Khajiit into cats, which, according to the official lore of the game, is actually canon. And there's basically like, Khajiit can either be humanoids, they can be actual cats, or they can be like wild animals like tigers, depending on, I think, like the phase of the moon that the Khajiit was born. And this is like truly canonical. I learned that off of Instagram. Oh. See you.
I'm just evoking my shit. I'm powerful as fuck, man. I'm a wizard, man, like...
Yeah, it's so wild. There's a lot of lore behind them. Yeah, I never knew that. Honestly, that was a total eye-opener for me. It's really cool lore, though. I'm glad they did it that way. I think it's funny. I think it's a huge missed opportunity that they've never really expressed that in game before, because I've never seen an Elder Scrolls with a Khajiit cat in it. I went down a rabbit hole and watched some videos on it. It sounds like you. But yeah, chat, so I have 9 days left with Costco. That's I work tomorrow, and then I got my weekends, and then I've got 2 more work weeks, and then I'm done with Costco, and I'll start streaming full time. And shortly after that, we'll move to Tennessee. And I'm really excited. I've never seen in-game reference. Yeah, neither have I. But I'm really excited. I'm really looking forward to it. It's kind of all I've been able to think about these last couple weeks. Nice, dude. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to it. I just oh man, I saw this really good quote earlier, and I wish I had saved it. I'm sure I could find it. What's going on? Who's trying to fight? I don't know who it's by. Oh, Stormcloaks and Empire fighting. We'll just ditch that. I don't know who the quote's by, and I don't remember the exact wording that the quote had, but it was something to the effect of, if there's a burning passion within you, then you need to let that reduce you to ashes. Otherwise, you'll become another boring book in the library. And, you know, there's a little bit more to it, but I've always, you know, it's funny, like, I feel like once I gained consciousness, whenever children do, you know, like the age of 3 or 4, or, I don't know. Like whenever you begin to realize that you're a living sentient being and you have thoughts and memories and emotions, that was like everything hit me all at once, like to the extent of my memory. And I was like, okay, I want to do something creative, you know, like, you know, when you're little, you're like, oh, I want to be an astronaut. You remember that? You guys remember when you're a little child? Like, what did you guys want to be when you're little? You know, everyone always wanted to be an astronaut, a vet. For me, it was like a flavor of the month, you know. I wanted to be anything and everything. I remember playing with army men. I used to want to be in the military. Obviously, you know, a little child me had a much more romanticized idea beyond the reality of what war actually is truly like. I think our game just crashed. Yes, it did. Well, I'll restart the game while I continue my thought. I saw a video where the kid got like shotgunned into reality. That's what it feels like, yeah. God, I love Bethesda. Yeah, never change, Bethesda, never change. But yeah, like I wanted to be an army man for a little while. And then my stepdad, he watched a lot of football. And I'm not a big sports guy. I don't actually really care for sports very much. But when I was a little kid, you know, my stepdad liked it. And so we watched football all the time. And so I was like, oh, I want to be a football player. And then we got this, I don't know if you guys have ever played like the old MX versus ATV games. Some of those are really good. But we got one for the Xbox 360. And I got really good at it. And I was like, oh man, I want to ride, you know, be a professional like dirt bike rider. And, you know, that was when I was like really young. And then I started to get a little bit older. And then I've had like several different passions that I've wanted to follow over, you know, the last couple of decades. Like, I think once I hit like 16, that's where it really started. And that's when I discovered like streetwear fashion. And I was always too broke to afford it. You know, I think I had like a Supreme hat that I really liked, that I like cherished. But yeah, I got into like Supreme and, you know, like all the old school classic brands that all the like sneakerheads and streetwear fanatics liked, the hype beasts. And I was like, oh man, like I want to make a streetwear company, like that's so dope. And you know, then from there, I just like, I couldn't concentrate on one thing. I wanted to do so much with my life. And I kind of followed like a very unorthodox path in life. I ended up dating a girl my senior year of high school who's
It's too easy, Nerevar.
not my current partner, but she wanted to go to college. And honestly, I had like no plans. Like I had the Zoom. Oh, what do you mean the Zoom? Does something look off? Oh yeah, what the fuck? Thanks for pointing that out. Well, our game just crashed. And I just reloaded Skyrim. Yeah, it zoomed in weird. Alright. Don't worry, chat. We'll fix this. Skyrim's just being a bitch tonight. For some reason, every time I load up Skyrim, it defaults my resolution to like 3000 instead of like 1920 by 1080. Yeah, I'll just reset it again. But what's up, Knight's Honor? Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you pointing. Yeah, it was set to 3840 by 2160. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Yeah, we should be good now. But anyways, like I genuinely didn't have a plan. I had a lot of like ambitions and ideas of things that I wanted to do, but I had no set plan. And so I ended up following that girl to college. And I'm glad I did, you know, because I loved college a lot and I learned a lot and I had a lot of really great experiences that will stick with me for the rest of my life. But then yeah, I had like a whole plan after college, and then like COVID hit and it like totally screwed me up. And I ended up working, I had like a bunch of odd jobs, and I started working for a sporting goods store. And I'm, you know, like, I think that like the best way I can describe it is I'm just like, I'm a total black sheep. Like, I'm a black sheep in my family. I'm a black sheep. And coincidentally, that was the name of the sporting goods store that I worked at. It was called Black Sheep. And I was just like a black sheep in like the area that I grew up in, because I just like, I didn't like anything around the area that I'm from. Like, I worked at a sporting goods store, but I would buy a gun, but like, I'm not like anti-gun. I'm super indifferent about them. I think they're fun to shoot sometimes, but like, I wasn't like a gun nut. And I camped a lot when I was little. I kind of like grew up on camping, but also at the same time, like, it's not something that I like actively pursue to do, you know? And so like the sporting goods store thing like just wasn't for me. And then eventually I like stepped away from that place, and after I left the sporting goods store, I was like, all right, I'm never working retail again. And that's where I started to work at Costco. And you know, I always say this, like, Costco's a really good company, but I've done it for 3 years now, and I just like, I can't do retail anymore. But and not even just that, I'm 27 now, and pretty much since like I've been 16, I've always known that I wanted to do like something creative with my life. And so, you know, I'm very blessed to have like an amazing girlfriend and a super supportive community of friends and family. And I've got you guys, you know, which I'm very grateful for. And everything just kind of lined up, you know, like, you know, as they say, like the stars aligned, and finally an opportunity presented itself, a very scary opportunity, you know, one that is not without risk. Like, I'm taking, you know, I'm stepping away from stability and security with like a job and benefits and health insurance and all that stuff. Like, I'm stepping away from all of that. And, you know, like, everything in my mind that's been shaped by society is telling me that like I'm an idiot and I'm making the wrong decision. But then everything about who I truly am as a person and like the things that actually matter in my life is telling me that I'm making the best decision of my life. And so I've got this like total dichotomy of my thoughts of like, you know, like, don't know what the hell I'm doing, but at the same time, I'm kind of, I've got this like overwhelming sense of, I don't even want to call it confidence. I just want to say it's like, it's faith. Like, I just have like this sense of faith about myself that, you know, it's like a leap of faith. You got to take it and just trust in the process, and eventually it'll work out. And so, you know, regarding that quote that I mentioned earlier, and just thinking about where my life has been and where it's at now, I'm going to sacrifice security and safety and stability for something that genuinely makes me incredibly happy and I truly believe in. Because, you know, I've been waking up these last couple of days and like my body aches, and like I get overwhelmed mentally, you know, thinking about having to go into that retail environment. And I mean, you know, the reality is like, obviously the vast majority of people are pretty cool, you know, but every once in a while you get somebody that just like loses their shit on you, and every time it happens it just like takes another piece away from you. And I'm just tired of it, you know. I've done it for 5 years now, and I'm ready for something new. So I appreciate you guys hanging out and giving me this opportunity. You know, some of the OGs, the day ones that have been here. You know, I appreciate you guys supporting me and giving me this opportunity to do this with my life. It really means a lot to me. But yeah, I've just... Shit, hold on. Hate those stupid ass vampires and their spells. Oh, no, fuck. God damn it. But yeah, you know, I've always been a very passionate person, and there's a lot of passionate people out there. And I've had a lot of conversations with people, and not just at Costco, but just in general, you know, they get comfortable with their lives. And comfort isn't a bad thing, of course. But I mean, like, I've watched a lot of friends get a job somewhere with ambitions or intentions of doing something else that means more to them, but then eventually that kind of just slides by and gets forgotten about. And, you know, things change. Maybe they ended up really liking what they're doing currently, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I've seen people's, like, you know, close friends, fuck, man, I've seen their personalities like just like completely change over the years, and you know, sometimes it makes me sad. And you know, oh my god, I just don't want to be one of those people. I've watched a lot of friends and family, you know, become kind of miserable in what they do, but it's comfortable, and that is worth. That is very important. You know, like, don't get me wrong. I'm not judging any of these people. I just don't think I can let that happen to me, you know. Because I've had a lot of conversations with people about it lately, and it seems to be a topic that resonates with everyone. everyone's always had something that they wanted to do in their life, and there's there's so many circumstances that affect that, of course. And I completely understand each and every one of them. Because, like, for me, like, you go to work for 40 hours a week, and then you think, like, okay, like, on my days off, I'll do something, right? And then you come to your days off, and you're just so exhausted, you just want to relax. But then you feel guilty for relaxing because you're not putting time or effort into that thing that you really want to do. But then if you do it, through the exhaustion, sometimes it's not worth it. Because you're just so overwhelmed. It's tough, man. It's a very tough balance. And I remember I had this friend who told me, I think he lived in California for a little while, and he told me, like, he had, like, no money and he wanted to move, and basically, like, he just packed up his car and, like, he left, and ended up coming up here to Idaho. And he said it just worked out for him. Like, all these things, like, just miraculously lined up. And
They knocked the wind out of my balls.
he always said he took a leap of faith. And I think sometimes, obviously, there's smart ways of doing that.
The audacity.
Because we could romanticize, like, stepping out of your comfort zone as much as we want, but at the end of the day, like, there's still reality. You still got bills and debt and obligations to friends and family. Like, you still have responsibilities. It's like, you're an adult now, you got shit to take care of. You can't just up and drop everything and leave. But at the same time, if you do it right, you can. And he did, and him and I aren't very close anymore, and there's nothing wrong with that. We just had kind of some differences on perspectives in life and everything. Not that either one of us was right or wrong, but I always remember that lesson for him, and maybe that's why I was meant to meet that person and have that temporary moment with them in my life. Is they taught me that lesson that I think about all the time, is that they've done something that I've always wanted to do, and they didn't have, like, any support system. That was truly, totally all on their own. And they, again, the key word is they just took that leap of faith. And of course it was scary. It was difficult, but it worked out for them. Oh, picked up some charcoal. Oh, shit. This guy's got dragon bone armor on him. Damn. Well, let's see if we can kill him. Oh yeah, too much damage. Wow. That's crazy. I can't believe that just dropped for us. I mean, we wear light armor, so we probably won't throw it on, but I might as well take it, right? Sick. All right. Here, we'll get. I've been speaking for a while now. Let's see what Dagoth has to say.
This stays between us, Nerevar, but before I was a god, I would sometimes cover my cock with my ball skin. Like, I'd pull the nutsack skin up and tuck my rocket into it. Then I would walk around my home naked pretending I was Vivek. One time, Almalexia caught me doing it. I don't think she ever told anyone. I may hate that witch more than the Nords, but I respected that about her.
It's like, I feel like that gear is sick. Yeah, for real. God bless Dagoth. I feel like Dagoth and I are like every like early 2000s comedy duo, you've got like the one like serious guy, and then you've got just like the total dipshit that just says whatever he wants. Like I just got done talking about like the weight of taking a leap of faith in life, and then he's just like, oh, ball sacks. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that one was wild. He lets the intrusive thoughts win. You know, I respect him for it. That's why I love him. Is he that you got to hand it to people who are unapologetically themselves. Those are genuinely the most happy people in life. And I think there's something absolutely beautiful to that. And a lot of people, you know, like one of my favorite examples of this is, you guys remember Die Antwoord or Die Antwoord? I don't know how to pronounce their name, but you remember those guys? I think there was a guy, his name was Ninja, and then I can't remember the girl's name, but yeah, you know what I'm talking about? It would make like the craziest music with the craziest. They were in Chappie too, that movie where like they're like gangsters in like a sci-fi world, and they end up picking up a robot. And super artistic, super different. You know, like their music was unlike anyone else at the time, and they had like a super outlandish look and style and behavior, and like it freaked a lot of people out. But at the same time, like they literally weren't doing anything wrong. They were just making art, and like those people I have so much respect for. It's respect and admiration. Like they just don't give a shit. You know, I think that's badass. Chappie, that's right. Claw loved him. Yeah, that sounds like a Claw thing. No, I liked him too a lot. I remember. I think I discovered him when I was like 15. You know, somewhere around there. And at first I like didn't get it, but then I like, you know, they hung around for a while at the time, and I kind of like secretly was like bumping their music, you know, like it was different, but I also really liked it. I'd like listen to it on my earbuds in the gym and stuff like that. And yeah, Chappie, I liked that movie a lot. That's a super cool movie. That was an interesting time for sci-fi, because there was Chappie, and then I think what's that one about the aliens that are like quarantined? Is it like District 9 or something? It's I'm pretty sure it's like District and then a number. I just can't remember the number. But basically, like the aliens have assimilated into human culture, but at the same time they're like confined to ghettos. You know, another one that I feel like didn't get as much acclaim as it deserved was Bright. District 9. Yeah. That's what I thought. The movie that needed a fucking sequel that never happened. Truly. Yeah. I'm a really big urban fantasy guy. Like, I think urban fantasy is such a cool genre that not enough people have like gone into. And yeah, Bright was totally the same. It was such a cool story, and there was so much potential. And I love how they took like typical fantasy or like sci-fi tropes and then just like translated them into like a modern setting. So like all the elves were like, you know, like yuppity business people, and they like lived in like the nice part of the city. And then like the orcs were all like, you know, like part of the ghetto and everything. But yeah, Bright, District 9, Chappie, urban fantasy / like urban sci-fi, I think is the coolest shit ever, because it takes something that is like on like another level, you know, like with fantasy and sci-fi, it's so detached from reality. It's relatable, like the characters are relatable and the stories are interesting and unique, but they're like outlandish, you know. But with urban fantasy or urban sci-fi, it takes all of the good elements of fantasy and sci-fi, but then it makes it incredibly relatable because it puts it into like a real world scenario. And so, in my opinion, you get like the best of both worlds. And I'm like, when you like look at the greats that stand amongst, like, you got like, to me, I view fantasy and sci-fi as like yin and yang. One's future, one's historical. And if you like look at studios, like look at Bethesda, they have Fallout and Elder Scrolls, like two ends of the spectrum. There's several studios that do this. I'm just Ubisoft. You got like Far Cry. Well, not quite Far Cry. What's the other one? Because you got like Assassin's Creed, which I guess is a blend. Anyways, my main point. Oh, Blizzard. You got Warcraft and Starcraft. You know, like. And when you look at like cinema, you got like Lord of the Rings and Star Wars, or you know whatever, Star Trek. There's a million examples. But you got like this spectrum of fantasy and sci-fi, black and white, yin and yang, and they're like such grand scales. And I feel like no one has like taken like that niche third option and made like the Star Wars or Lord of the Rings series of urban fantasy. And that, you know, that's like you were talking about, like all those movies deserve sequels. I mean, all those movies should be damn trilogies.
If Ulfric gets his hand on that,
I don't know if like trilogies are like feasible anymore in like modern movie standards, you know, because like sorry, you know, but I try to stand pretty neutral on things, but like Disney and Marvel kind of piss me off. I love all the Star Wars content, don't get me wrong, like I'll watch Star Wars shit, but at the same time, like,
you've been here long enough to know that Nords aren't always
I don't want to sound like a snob, but dude, like they just pump out so much shit, and it's so sensational, and people like it, which is I don't, you know, if people like all that stuff, that's awesome, like I'm happy for you, but it's like completely shifted like the ecosystem of like film. And it kind of bums me out sometimes because I feel like there's a lot of really stellar movies that are like more on the artistic side and not as much as like the commercial sensational side that don't get as much attention as they deserve now. Because it just like, it feels like TikTok movies, you know, just like, oh, keep scrolling. Oh, when's fucking, you know, Superman 17 coming out? Moon Knight was refreshing in the middle of all that bullshit and they just didn't do anything with it.
But we'll get to it first.
Yeah.
Welcome back, soldier. I'm glad you made it in one piece. I'll send men to garrison the fort right away. You did well.
I think that's like, those studios just get so saturated with projects that if one does well, I mean, they're already working on like 8 other movies, you know, like.
Joining the Legion, you'll be taking an oath binding you to the service of the Emperor, and thus to every citizen of the Empire.
But there were some good movies that came out this year. I'm super stoked to watch 28 Years Later. I need to go. I'm definitely going to drag my girlfriend to the theater so we can go watch that. I've been hearing it's really good too, which I'm super stoked about. Even if it was bad, I'd still go watch it. Or, you know, people thought it was bad, but my expectations are like super high for this movie.
Changed your mind? Decided you wanted to soldier for the Empire after all.
Yeah, that's why I fucking cleared out that fort for you, dude.
Well then, repeat after me. Upon my honor, I do swear undying loyalty to the Emperor, and unwavering obedience to the officers of his great empire. May those above judge me, and those below take me, if I fail in my duty. Long live the Emperor, long live the Empire.
Moon Knight, that was my favorite character to play on Rivals, and I didn't know, because I've never gotten into superheroes very much, and I didn't know who Moon Knight was, but I got really interested in his story, and I've contemplated watching Moon Knight because I like his identity. Sounds super cool.
Welcome to the Imperial Legion, soldier. Just remember, we take care of our own. Once you're in the Legion, you're in it for life. Speak to Behrend. He's normally out by the forge. He'll get you outfitted. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Legate Rika has a special assignment for you.
Another thing too, though, is actually like the Spider-Verse movies are so amazing. I remember, so like when the first one came out, the soundtrack was killer, and the songs in those movies capture such a beautiful emotion of like the youthful spirit of like love and ambition, and that's, yeah, they are amazing. Like the art is beautiful, the story is amazing, the way they include like fashion and like art, you know, like how Miles wears like I think he wears like Dunks, you know, like Nikes. Like it's just little details like that that make it so cool. It sucks the only reason the third one is delayed is because the voice actor for Miles is an asshole. Is he? I've seen him on Kai Cenat's streams a lot. He does seem like he does kind of, I don't know. I don't know him, but he seems like he might have an attitude sometimes, but oh shit, you know what? That's not even his voice actor. That's just the guy that plays the NPC. Never mind. Ignore what I just said. That's the guy that just makes TikToks as the Miles Morales NPC. Holy shit. Oh my god. I can't believe I just mixed that up. That's crazy.
Welcome to the Legion Auxiliary. Listen up. Ulfric's right-hand man, Hjalmar Stonefist, has located what he believes is the final resting place of the
That's
Jagged
funny.
Crown. We're going to make sure he doesn't get his hands on it.
But that was my first
The rest
date
of my men
with
are
my
already
girlfriend that I'm with
settled
now.
outside Corvinjune.
I remember
As
like
soon as
we
I
first
get
started
back-
talking and the movie was about to come out, and I was like, "You've been brain rotting too much." Yeah, I flew too close to the brain rot, son. You can call me Sicarus.
Don't wait for me. Get to Corvinjune
Um,
as soon as you're ready.
But I remember like I had like this whole idea because you know, Kiwi Pace and I had just started talking, and I was like, all right, this Spider-Verse movie is coming out, you know, like this is the perfect first date. Like this will set the tone for the rest of our relationship because the soundtrack's fucking sick. The urban fantasy, like I was talking about earlier, is like super relatable, and I think that's what I love so much about the whole urban fantasy aspect is like it's these grand mythic stories in like a real world setting, and so I find it like a lot more like motivating or inspiring, you know, because like watching Frodo and Sam, who are like, you know, like little anti-heroes, like carry out this mythic quest is inspiring. It's a beautiful story. But like watching Miles overcome like society and like, you know, the expectations of his parents and like familial conflicts like with his uncle and stuff like that. It's
Yes? Where do you
equally
want to go?
in relation to like a fantasy aspect as interesting, but I find it like far more inspiring because it's like that close to reality, you know, so you're not like that distanced from it.
See ya. Need a ride? Where do you want to go?
And so like,
Going straight
you know,
through or
I had
what?
this idea
Climb and
like
back and
this
we'll
is
be
the
off.
perfect first date movie.
When I'm in Whiterun, I always
It's a great movie. It came out at the perfect time. Oh yeah, man, like so Sunflower, you know, Sunflower, which is by far one of my favorite songs ever. Speaking of music, actually, I want to try and remind myself. I want to segue into another artist, and I'll circle back to that. So I have like this core memory. Remember? Okay, story time, chat. Gather around, get your juice boxes. So I was doing like a volunteer trip in Fiji, And I mean, you know, looking back at it now, I think it was like a little bit more like fallen tourism, as people call it. But at the end of the day, I fucking loved it, and I met a lot of amazing people, and it was an amazing experience. But it was 2 weeks in Fiji. We spent 1 week doing like volunteer work in a village that we were staying at, and then the second week we like island hopped from resorts. And I remember it was the very last night of our trip, so it was like bittersweet. And it was a wild trip, man. Like, no one was ready for like the diets and the nature, and everybody, literally everybody, was like vomiting and experiencing like diarrhea. Sorry, but like everyone was sick the entire time, just from, you know, not being used to things. But there was this, so it was kind of it was an interesting group, because it was like 40 people or like 50 people, and it was like 6 guys and then all girls. And so all the guys, it just ended up like all the guys got together and all the girls got together, and it became like I mean, we were all chill with everybody, of course, but I remember it was the last night and we were on this island, and it was this really cool, there was this bar dance floor that was all on the beach. And I'll tell you, chat, dancing in sand is actually really difficult. It actually kind of like, it's really heavy trying to like, you know, cut a rug. I remember how exhausting that was, trying to dance in the sand. But like Love Island, yeah. There was definitely some Love Island moments for sure, you know, because it was a young crowd and everybody was like, there was a lot going on. But yeah, so, and it was like our group had like worked something out, so basically it was like an open bar and everybody was just like going to town, you know. And I remember like, it was sick. Like, there's like this like sandy beach bar dance floor, and there was like a bunch of lights, you know, like club lights, and there was like a full DJ setup. So it was like a club in the sand. And
the entrance when we got here. They don't know we're here yet, though.
Good to see you, my friend. I knew you'd make it.
Here, let's talk to Hadvar first.
I'm glad you'll be with me in there.
Can't focus on 2 conversations at the same time.
And I'm not talking about the Stormcloaks.
Let the anticipation of my story build up.
These old ruins, they don't want us here. The ancient ones. Better left alone. But never mind all that. We're the Emperor's soldiers. We'll do our duty no matter what stands in our way, right?
Well, that's
All right.
something at least.
But yeah, like, you know, we're like slamming shots and everything, and we're dancing in the sand, and man, like, every time I think about this memory, I just get transported there. Like, it's so visceral in my mind. I can like feel the sand, and I can hear the music. Oh, I can taste the vodka.
Looks like the damned rebels got there first. No matter, we have the. You.
And I remember everybody was on the dance floor,
Listen up, Legionnaires. Those storm
except for there was one guy that was missing. And all the guys got together on the dance floor, and we all talked to each other, and they were like, hey, like, let's go check up on that you know, let's check up on our bro. And he had got like this like little tiny cut on the side of his foot, and it ended up getting like massively infected. And so he was like kind of in his bunk while we were all partying, and we're like, man, this is messed up, like, let's go visit it, right? So somebody grabs a bottle, and we go back to the hostel that we're staying in, and he's like sitting there, and this thing is like massive, this like infection on his foot. It basically looked like just like a massive pimple. And you know, liquid courage and all that. There was this one kid that was like, hey, like, I'm going to nursing school. And the guy with the foot was like, bro, like, get rid of this thing. It hurts so bad. I just want the pressure relieved. And so we get like this like makeshift setup. We got like a bowl of warm water. Oh God, I can just think about this now. We got this bowl of warm water and a scalpel, and we got a lighter and we were heating up the scalpel, and we like gave him the bottle of vodka. So he's like downing vodka because he hasn't drank yet. He's like preemptively trying to numb the pain. And I remember we were all sitting there hanging out on the bunks, and the nursing kid was like, all right, like, are you ready for this? You know, like he's lighting us, he's disinfecting the scalpel with a lighter, like heating it up. He's like, are you ready for this? And he like takes a swig of the vodka and he's like, do it, get this thing out of me. And so the funny thing about this whole thing, and you know, bear with me guys, so he slices it open and puts his foot in the water, and nothing comes out at all. Literally nothing. And we're like, to be honest, like, we're all kind of, you know, we're buzzed at this point, and everybody's like, what the hell, man? And the nursing student was like, oh man, this is solid. I have to pinch this thing out. And they wrestled with it for a couple of minutes, and finally, you know,
Well done.
the issue is resolved. Thanks for bearing with me, guys. I won't get too much into details.
They may be traitors, but they know how to fight.
But
We had the advantage of surprise this time, but don't expect it to
I
last.
remember
Let's move
we
out.
could like faintly hear the music from the dance floor, because our hostel was like just on the other side of the club, basically, like on this, like, it was like a tiny resort island. And I remember it was such a cool moment, because he's like, all right, you know, fuck it, like, let's bandage this bitch up and I want to go dance. And everyone's like, yeah, you know, like we're pumped, like we're ready, you know. And so we bandaged it up, and I remember I was on one side of him, and there was this big Samoan guy, super awesome dude. I've been trying to find him again because I deleted all my social media since then, and I've only just now got back into social media exclusively for the stream. But he started streaming like years ago, and I've been trying to find him. I really want to reconnect with him because he was an amazing guy. But it was me and this big ass Samoan dude. We were on each side of this guy that, you know, got his foot cut open. And God, I remember, like, we were walking out of the hostel, and there was this little stone path amongst, like, you know, like all the palms and the bushes and everything, and it led up to the club. And I remember the three of us had walked in, because there was kind of like a bit of like a structure over the dance floor in the sand. And I remember as the three of us walked in, and like, you know, like the whole group turned and was like super stoked to see, I can't remember his name, but they were like, everyone knew he was in a lot of pain. So like everyone turned and like started cheering, was like super stoked to see him. And Sunflower had like immediately started playing, and I've had that memory stuck. I think about that fucking time all the time. That was such a cool moment. It felt like one of those movie moments, you know? It was so beautiful to like watch this kid who'd been like suffering the entire time, like, and it was just like the whole, like, the makeshift of everything, like just a bunch of dumb drunk dudes who you know, performed like this, you know. It's just like a nursing student was like, I got this. And now he came out on the dance floor, his foot was bandaged, he danced, and, you know, we partied the night away. But every time I hear Sunflower, I think of that moment, just all those like those 2 weeks in Fiji just like flash before my eyes every time Sunflower plays. And Sunflower is already like an amazingly beautiful and like happy song, but then just like that tied with it, man, like that is just like a core memory I will take to the grave. I will think about that every day of my life. It was just so cool. It was surreal. It's an awesome story. How special. Yeah, thank you. You know, I'm kind of bummed because like I was connected with all of those people on social media, and then like I just kind of went through like a rough patch in my life, and I like deleted all my social media and everything. But you know, like it. If you guys ever get the chance to, you don't even have to like volunteer. I mean, if you want to volunteer, by all means, you know, just make sure you do your research on the group or the company that you're volunteering with, and make sure, you know, they actually do like real quality work, because volunteerism is kind of like a, I'm not saying that's what it was that I volunteered with. It may have been in some people's perspectives, but I know the locals were happy to work with that company, as they've done for several years now. So, you know, I think it's all good, but I can say without a doubt that like volunteering internationally is one of, it is the most amazing experience I've ever had in my entire life.
I'd rather take a moment and look around.
It sounds like peak living life. Yeah, it was beautiful, man. Fiji taught me so much, you know, just about you know, the beauty and culture and the beauty and geography around the world. And it taught me so much about life and how, you know, cultures view life differently. Like here in the States, like we're so used to like living a certain way of life, but around the world, like, you know, everybody views life differently. And that was like a very eye-opening moment for me. But yeah, no, it was absolutely amazing. And if anyone has ever thought about going to Fiji, I could not recommend it enough. It is the most beautiful place I've ever been. And the people are beautiful. You know, their culture is just amazing. So rich with history, and they're so kind. It was amazing. I remember there was like an older brother. So I stayed with a mother and her 2 daughters, and there was this older brother of theirs that had become like I think he was like a businessman in Australia. And he like found me on Facebook, and he was like, yo bro, like, you know, you ever need a place to stay in Australia? Like I heard about like your experience with my family and everything, like you're more than welcome to come stay with me. And you know, I kick myself every day, and I think probably one of these days soon, I'm probably going to sit down and I'm going to try and reconnect with everybody. 'Cause yeah, no, it was awesome. Travel. Well, Pac Bob, I know you went to Italy and Greece lately. Like, what was that like? I mean, that had to be, you know, such an amazing, eye-opening experience. I mean, I have always loved Greek and Roman history. Like, such a rich culture, such a rich history. The architecture, the arts, there's just the Mediterranean, man, there's just so much beauty in that area. I think we'll drop that. It's a big heavy beast. But yeah, like when you first time you travel internationally, it just changes. It really does change you.
Be careful.
And I'm incredibly grateful to have gotten the opportunity. The Greek history is insane, and everyone there has zero filter on things. They do not wait around for answers or play the long game. They just let you know what's up. That's interesting. No bullshit. I respect that a lot. I think that's, yeah, that's definitely something that's, I feel has become a little lost. At least in like my local communities that I've experienced. I feel like, I don't know, man, like, beyond like social anxiety, you know, I feel like we're just so compelled to act like nice, even though half the time everybody's just talking shit on each other, you know. Bro, can you hit? None at all. They're so kind and excited to hear about people from all over. The small businesses love to hear your stories and talk to you. We went to this one breakfast place where the couple who owned it wanted to give us a bunch of free pastries and stuff because they were so excited to have us. See, that's so awesome, man. That's a thing that kills me, is like xenophobia, you know? Like I grew up in a like near agoraphobic family, just absolutely like xenophobia to the extreme. Then you travel abroad and you realize that like everyone's just chill, man. Like everyone has the same sentiment. Like they just love getting to know people and hear stories from around the world. Fox, fly, dragon. It's really sad how people can like truly get brainwashed by media and think like, oh, I would never go to this place would, you know, do X, Y, and Z to me and my family. But then other people go there and they just have like the most chill time, you know. It's unfortunate. I think, you know, there's so much beauty out there in the world. It's astounding. And the world's so big too. There's so much to see. I don't know if you guys have ever seen, I think it's called, I think in Spanish it's the Salar de Uyuni, something like that. Or like the Mirror of the Gods in English. It's somewhere in South America, and it's like this salt flat, like this salt flats area. So it's just like this like flat land that's all salt. But then I don't know if it's dry or if it just gets like rained on, and then it builds up this layer of water. And so if you guys look it up, it basically looks like people take pictures of it, and it looks like you're just like kind of floating, like you're suspended in the air, but just because of the way of how everything's flat and the water is so reflective, it just looks like you're like walking in the clouds. It's always been like a big bucket list item for me. I've always wanted to see that. I've always wanted to see South America in general. I feel like that's one continent that just like gets completely overlooked. I feel like not a lot of people ever talk about it in terms of like travel and culture and all that. But I think, I mean, I'm sure, you know, I'm sure people do talk about it, but I feel like it's not talked about as much as like Europe or Asia. Because whenever the news, like if you ever see anything on the news, it's always like North America, Europe, Asia. Like it's literally every other continent but South America. Pictures are dope. Yeah. Yeah, no, it does look super cool. And I definitely want to go check it out sometime.
All right, let's move, men. We've got more.
I believe Patagonia is also in South America, if I'm not mistaken. And I remember reading a little bit about the company Patagonia. and how they talked about, like, if I remember the story correctly of Patagonia, it was like a couple of people were out hiking down there, and they were like, man, this is so beautiful, we got to preserve this. And so they, you know, made a company with the intention of raising funds for, like, the environment and the nature down there and everything.
Let's see where this leads.
And Patagonia looks absolutely beautiful too. And I love, like, everything, like, Central American and down, in terms of, like, the Mayans, the Aztecs, the Incas. Those are also super rich and interesting cultures.
The crown should be around here somewhere.
And
Spread out. Keep
like, you
going.
guys ever seen Apocalypto? I think that is, like, a low-key amazing movie that is, like, super overlooked. Like, that movie is something else, man. That is a whole nother experience. Like, when you watch that movie, you get transported there. It's crazy.
Hey, I found a crown over here on this corpse. Is this the one we're looking for? By the nine!
By the nine. Oh shit. Roll away. The death whistles haunt me. So, okay, I saw someone comment on those death whistles the other day, and oh man, I can't remember the context, but I think they stated that those are supposed to have more of, like, a soothing sound, if I remember correctly. I don't know. I'd have to look it up again, but nah. Well, I think if I recall correctly, there's all kinds. Okay, yes, there's war ones. Gotcha. Yeah. That's what it was. Because there's ones for war, and then the one that this person was commenting on, some of it's meant for, like, funeral ceremonies, and they're meant to be, like, kind of beautiful as like a rite of passage from life to death. That's what it was. Oh, just got yeeted. Oh, shoot. Chat, before I forget, I meant to circle back to another musical thing after talking about Sunflower. So, if you guys have never seen the music video Rascal by Rumor, RMR, you've absolutely got to go watch that. It's, so Rumor, he started off in, like, rap and hip hop, and then he released a country album. He's got a beautiful voice. Like, he's got a lot of range in his, like, overall in everything that he does, like, artistically and vocally. Like, there's a lot of range in what he creates. But he did, like, a rap album. He's got some features from, like, Future and Lil Baby and a couple other guys I can't remember right now. But did a rap album. He's working a rap album, country album, and now he's currently working on another rap album. But yeah, you gotta watch the music video Rascal by Rumor. The setting, like the visual aspects of the video are all, like, hood and thug, you know? Caleb, what's up, brother? How you doing? But it's like a hood cover almost of like a Rascal Flatts song, and it's so good. You just gotta watch it. Like, everything about it is done so well. And I remember it because it was summer of 2020, and it was the worst timing, man, because he released. And then he put out this super sick album. What is up? I'm doing alrighty. My internet is low-key dying tonight. I hate that. I hate when that happens. Well, I hope it gets better. What's up with your internet? Like, what's causing it? Do you know? But yeah, Rumor, like, he released this awesome music video, and that kind of propelled him for a minute, and then he released a really good album. But then, like, COVID hit, and it just, like, such bad timing to, like, take a step into the music industry, you know? And that was just kind of a bad time for music in general, because it really hit a lot of artists pretty hard, I felt, without the ability to tour. And a lot of them, like, I noticed a lot of artists, like, didn't drop anything during that time. And I imagine a lot of them probably had a lot of plans to tour alongside, like, album releases and stuff like that. And then artists kind of started doing like a online, like, live streamed album reveal thing. It, like, nothing really, like, ever stuck or, like, hung around really well. But yeah, Rumor, super awesome dude. Like, just genuinely, like, a really cool, down-to-earth person, but is also, like, incredibly talented and artistic, and has, like, a lot of range in everything that he does. Definitely check him out. Super, super righteous dude. I don't know, the past few hours the connection keeps being really bad. I was hoping to stream some Peak tonight because I'm gonna try it out. Oh yeah, dude, please do. Yeah, I hope your internet sorts itself out, because I would love to watch you stream some Peak. Would you do it solo, or would you stream it with some other people? It was pretty stormy out, maybe that's why. No, that's true. I honestly, I was kind of expecting the power to go out, but it looks like the storm just, like, completely washed over already. I was kind of surprised. It's been so hot the last couple of days. These like last couple of days of, like, gray rain was really unexpected. I'm gonna try it out with Casey tonight, right now. You gonna do it right now? Sick. Yeah, bro. Well, when I get finished, I'll hop on over and I'll come check it out. Actually, yeah. We'll just we'll raid you. If anyone in chat wants to hang around, you guys are more than welcome to, for sure. Because I'll go for a little bit longer, and then we'll go head over to your stream. How's that sound, chat? Sound good? You guys along for the ride? Yeah. Hell yeah, let's do it. Sick. But yeah, chat. You know, I'm gonna say this all the time, so I hope you guys don't get sick of hearing it. But I appreciate you guys, you know, showing up and hanging out. It really means a lot to me. I've never felt this level of, like, pride and fulfillment in something that I've done in my life until now. And I think that's a really beautiful feeling, because we're just getting started. And we've already seen, like, so much growth together, you know? I mean, you know, I'm really appreciative that you guys, like, hang out with me. You know, it means a lot to me. It really does. And it makes this a lot more fun, a lot more enjoyable. And, you know, I'm gonna keep working on it, making it better for you guys. So yeah, I appreciate you guys hanging around. And the charity, you know, like, it only says 50 out of 250 because that's what was, like, officially donated, but I've got another 10 coming in from somebody. And then, I mean, you guys have literally helped me make, like, $60 this week, or this month, which is crazy. like just starting off, like I'm astounded, you know, and that 60 is going to go to the charity. And so we're like 120 out of 250, you know, that's pretty awesome, you know. So, you know, kudos to you guys. And, you know, the oh, real quick, let's see if that mod, there's no Khajiit here, damn it. I downloaded a mod that turns some Khajiit into cats, but not this time. Love being here, glad I can be a part of that. Yeah, I'm glad too. I'll keep you tabbed when I'm a stream and don't want to overlap. Have a good stream. Yeah, brother. We'll see you in a minute. I'm looking forward to watching. By the way, if anyone wants to hop over now, the Caleb stream, or have both of us up, I mean, you guys, by no means are you bound to stick around here. I appreciate you for hanging out. You're more than welcome to, of course. But if you want to go check out Peak with Caleb, Caleb's a good dude. I'm sure you'll have fun over there too. Definitely go give him a follow and watch some of his stuff if you haven't already.
You tried mercenary work? It might suit you.
What was I saying though? I lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Movember's super important to me. You know, it's
I enjoy this work. Take a look.
I'm glad to have been reminded that this is, you know, there's a lot of things that happen this month. There's Pride Month, there's Juneteenth, and the Men's Mental Health Month was important to me personally.
Sure thing. It's yours for it. I'll show you.
I'm someone who has, and you know, of course, continues to struggle managing mental health from time to time because life can get very difficult and overwhelming. And you know, I've had men in my family that have struggled with mental health. I've had friends that have struggled with mental health, and I think one of the most upsetting but understandable things about mental health in men is that of all the men that I've known that have struggled, none of them, no matter how close we were, ever felt comfortable enough to approach me and talk to me about those things. And it's unfortunate, you know, I've attempted to talk to these people just, you know, throughout the years, and typically what happens is it's kind of that, like that humor brush off of like, oh yeah, man, but we're all suffering, right? Ha ha ha. But you know, like, I think it's okay for men to talk about their feelings. Oh, shit, chat. Sorry. I know we were getting super serious, but check this out.
Tools, wares, and weapons. All
Can we talk to it?
Speak.
Oh my god, it talks.
It will listen until all the sugar.
Oh, look at the little daggers and the potions in its little knapsack. It's got a saddle on. What can ride this? Oh my god. Oh, this one's got armor on.
Longer we travel the roads of Skyrim.
Oh, it's so cute. Oh my god.
And all can be yours.
The sands are cold, but Khajiit feels warmness from your presence.
Oh, that's gotta be the cutest thing. Oh my goodness.
What goods I offer. It has been a profitable journey, and yet I long for the warm sands of elsewhere more and more each day.
She's wearing the Skyrim hat too.
I do not think Khajiit were made for the.
Can you buy skooma from Cat?
Not only that,
Let's see.
These nodes have no love. If you have come to see our wares, speak to the others.
We can tell it to follow us.
Then lead on, friend.
It is a pity.
Oh
It cannot be helped.
Where'd Dagoth go? Where the hell is Dagoth?
Trusted, they will open their
Khajiit got your back.
Oh my god.
I will shoulder some of your burden.
Whoa. Cat friend. Who the fuck cares? Who the fuck cares about Dagoth?
I wish that I had your optimism.
Yes.
Okay.
Take a look.
I cannot serve
Let's see if we can buy skooma.
Other traders can do so.
We can. We can buy skooma from the cat. And of course we're going to.
I hope that you will come to do business with us again.
I love how the little cat has like, I love that you've come, like the Thundercast. I was just about to ask about Dagoth. He's been gone for the last 20 minutes I've been watching. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Dagoth. He's probably doing his own thing. But now we have Saksa. I mean, I think we can have both. I'm going to cry. That's so amazing. Yeah, I am really
If
happy.
anyone sneaks up on us, I'll smell them coming. Or I might not. We will see.
Oh man, this is so awesome,
Khajiit
chat.
will follow.
Holy cow. I don't know what happened to Dagoth. I think he'll show up. Oh, look at it run. Whoever made this mod deserves the world. This is a good mod.
Where do you want to go?
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Going straight through, or did you want to stop? Climb and back, and we'll be off.
I can't believe how cute it is. And like with like the armor and the voice and the fact that they sell skooma. That's amazing. Low-key actually a really good mod. Okay, so there's Saksa. Oh, it's Dagoth. We got both of them. Oh, this is the A team right here.
Yes? Nerevar, do me a favor in your reality and ask Todd Howard a question for me. What happened to us, Todd? I miss what we used to be. I got a great idea for an Elder Scrolls 6 DLC. The Elder Scrolls 6. Sharmat, please Todd, let me back in. Do you think you could tell him that Nerevar?
This, like, look at this absolute unit.
Really rising above the stereotype with all that skooma on you, Nerevar.
I'm a Khajiit, by the way. What a crew. Peak, yeah. This is a dream blunt rotation. Everyone talks about their nightmare blunt rotation. This is the dream. This is the fucking Dungeons and Dragons team, the literal cat. I bet you the naked dude that's a lunatic, and then like the edgy rogue, the guy that's carrying everyone. I bet you. What is the trope that people always do? Is it that they're a toaster or that they're a slice of toast? Like they're a sentient slice of toast. You know what I'm talking about? Whenever someone does like a funny D&D campaign, it's always like, I think it's like it's a sentient slice of toast. I'm curious now if there's a mod that we can download that would give us a sentient slice of toast to round out the party. And it's, of course, it's like a wizard that casts spells, you know? Oh, because it's Mage Hand. Yeah, it's Mage Hand that carries the toast around. So that's how it moves. Yeah. After this stream chat, I will don't you worry. Your pretty little faces. I will look into it.
Looking to protect yourself?
I promise.
Deal some damage.
Don't you guys worry.
Return anytime you need arms.
Mimic wanted to be a baguette in our campaign for Saturdays. Yeah, I recall that now. And I was like, no, please. Yeah. Yeah, what is he, like a A southern Energizer bunny, basically, with a toucan Sam as a familiar. Yeah. God, that's hilarious. Oh my god, I'm so happy. Like, look,
Not much up there.
so cute.
You're taking us somewhere warm, I trust. Khajiit will follow.
Oh, so good.
Yalmarch is an important buffer zone between the rebel. Excellent work, soldier.
I'm not even thinking about Skyrim anymore. I'm just thinking about all the mods.
Did you run into any trouble? Yes. Well,
It's so funny because I just realized that sometimes he sounds like Elvis too.
Perhaps I should have. But at least we ended up with a damn crown. Now then, I need someone I can trust to deliver a message of great import to Jarl Balgruf of Whiterun.
Jarl Ballin.
We have it on good authority that Ulfric has raised enough men to attack the city of Whiterun. The Jarl, however, refuses the Legion's support. This missive should convince him. Be aware, soldier. These documents contain sensitive intelligence for the Jarl's eyes only.
Oh, chat. I'm having an absolute blast.
Potions, right? Can you brew me an ale? Ale companion. Citizen. Hands to yourself, sneak thief.
All right, let's go find a guard real quick. I want to get something funny.
Helgen. If it's arms or no lollygag, is that fur? God like white men. Psst. Hey.
Hold on, chat.
I know
Just
who you
trust in
are.
the process and promise this.
I used to be an adventurer like
Watch.
you.
Here it
And
is.
I took an arrow in the knee.
None of that shit in my Skyrim. The random pew? Yeah, it's the arrows. This is unironically my favorite soundboard sound. Also, whenever we get a lockpick, it goes nice.
I'd be a lot warmer and a lot happier with a belly full of... You're like me, eh? I'm telling you, I heard it. That armor.
Here.
Don't think
There's a couple more. Let's see if we can get them to trigger.
Heard about you and your... I don't abide. Who would dare attack the leader of... Lightly armored me. Go fiddling with it. Don't suppose the Emperor, the Tamriel...
God, they have a lot of voice
Now,
lines.
I know who you are. And I know... You can sell off that... What is it? Ugh. If it isn't a slave, what is it? What is it? What do you... The road to white... Look. Fancy yourself an al... They say I'll fix... I mostly deal with...
Yeah, whatever. There's another one that turns him into a sweet roll, and then there's another one that just spawns a bunch of bandits in the middle of town. Oh shit! Speaking of which, it just happened. One of the guards said something about bandits. God, that was good timing. Definitely clipping that. Oh my god, that's amazing. We got some good mods going, chat. Oh, I don't want to hit anybody. Oh, we didn't see Saksa in the middle of all that. Okay, so... Did they kill anybody? Look at this, just pile of bandits. Here, let's make it... Oh, look at this guy, he got an arrow in the head. That's kind of gnarly.
Careful with that.
Careful with that? You mean this corpse? Boom, headshot. This is such a blessed Skyrim run. This is a good stream. This has been amazing. Oh no, a surprise werewolf attack. I should have seen this coming. Yeah, no, this has been a good run. I'm glad you guys get to see this. This has been amazing.
Up to the Blue Palace. It is a
What are you
sight to
doing?
see, even if it is filled with fox.
You were there for Rogvir's execution.
What are you doing? Are you looting the corpses?
Go, huh? Late.
She took all the weapons. Maybe not. Look at even the child's looting them. Now the child's doing it. Oh, you can't pickpocket children? Dang. What are you doing?
Hey, wanna play tag?
Sure.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Oh, she's it? Okay. Stay away from me, child. Alright, she's not very good at this. She'll never catch us. That was amazing. I can't believe the timing on that. That was so good.
Hey, watch it.
Ah, I will never get over it. Like this.
Keep your hands to yourself.
What do you need from Daddy, my little Discord kitten? Newsflash, Nerevar. You are, in fact, a bottom. Now come over here and bounce on it crazy style.
Oh my god. Jeez.
Is that all?
Dude. He's so unhinged sometimes. I forget. Like, I wonder if it's ever gonna get me like flagged.
Need a ride? Where do you want to go?
Dudes, man. That's crazy.
Going straight through, or did you want to climb and back, and we'll be off?
Oh man.
Got keen eyes? Might see nasty old Hajvar up on White River Watch.
Dagoth, please. Yes, Dagoth, there's a little kitty present. Don't talk that way in front of Saksa. He's just a mere boy that sells skooma. Oh, you know what, actually?
If anyone sneaks up on us, I will shoulder some
Here.
of your burden.
We gotta give him some skooma. There we go. He's got the skooma. Can we give him armor?
Khajiit will follow. I will shoulder
I wonder.
some of your burden. Lead on, friend.
No, not really.
You are taking us somewhere. I will shoulder some of your
I mean, he
burden.
equips it, but nothing shows up.
Khajiit will follow.
I like the little iron helmets on him. We'll keep that. Oh man, what a stream. See, aren't you guys glad you're here? These are some key stream moments. I appreciate all the OGs hanging out and experiencing this. The helmet is very important. I agree completely. God, so, man, I go back and forth because I love animals, and I've wanted a cat. I've got a dog. My girlfriend's got a dog, so we got 2 dogs, and I love cats. And I've always wanted to have a cat of my own, so we can have like that connection, you know? Because I feel like I've only ever known cats that were someone else's cat, and I feel like cats are aware enough to be like, I don't know you, bro. You're not my owner. Do you love every kind of cat? Well, probably not every kind.
Looking for my husband.
I've had a lot of bad interactions with cats, but I also just love animals, and I think cats are super cute. And I just want a cat of my own that just like trusts me, you know? But at the same time, I find cats like really gross. I think you might just want to hold all of them, but you can't hug every cat. They're such cute but such assholes. I think that's part of the appeal too, is that they're like ornery little bastards. It's like a pug, you know, like pugs are so ugly they're cute, and like cats are so mean they're cute. Because they're just like these little tiny things that like have all this confidence, but it's like, you, like, I will end you if you ever give me some attitude like that again.
That tablet is your priority now. Bring that back.
Oh.
Sparrow. I'm sure.
So the Jarl thinks you can be of use.
Oh.
Well, when I
Alright. I don't like talking to this guy, he's a dick. So we gotta go to Bleak Falls before we can continue the Imperial questline. And that nothing is safe on countertops. Very true. I love them, but I hate cleaning the litter box. That's also another thing that I would never want to do. But, so chat, I think we had an amazing stream today. Roommate cats are the best, to be honest. All they want to do is snuggle. Yeah, that's fair. Yes, that was super fun. Yeah, no, that was an awesome time. I appreciate all you guys come and hang out. If you guys enjoyed the stream, I'd love a follow. Not just because of that, but I'd like to see you guys again. I'd like to see you hang out and chat and everything. But yeah, thank you guys for a really awesome and amazing stream. I had an absolute blast, and you know, it's funny, like I'll be tired and like kind of worn out, but then I start streaming and it's just like magic. All of that goes away. So again, from the bottom of my heart, like, thank you guys a lot. This means the absolute world to me. And let's go raid Caleb now. So I'm gonna go find him real quick. All right, guys. I love you guys. I hope you have a good night. And let's raid. Let's rage. All right, chat. I'll see you in Caleb's stream. Have fun. Be good.